Congress just passed a $2 trillion rescue plan to tackle the economic pain the coronavirus is inflicting on the country. This means many of you will get money directly from the government. Here's how that will work. Most adults will get up to $1,200. For every child 16 or under, you will get another $500. If you're single, have a social security number, and are a U.S. resident with an adjusted gross income of $75,000 or less, you should get the full amount. If you're a married couple with no children earning $150,000 or less, you'll receive a total of $2,400. If you're filing as a head of household, you can get the full payment if you earn $112,500 or less. For now, this is a one-time payment, but depending how long the coronavirus measures stay in place, there could be more payments on the way. Treasury Secretary Steve Mnuchin says people should receive their checks in about 3 weeks. So it'll likely take longer for Americans to get their checks. Back in 2008, when Congress also sent money to Americans, it took almost 2 months for it to arrive. Now, most people are saying that Americans won't get their checks until May. But when they do, a family of four can expect to receive about $3,400 under the Senate bill. Claudia Sahm, Director of Macroeconomic Policy at the Washington Center for Equitable Growth, says this is an instance where the money for this relief fund doesn't have to be taken out from another reserve or budget.
The federal government is one of very few entities that does not have to balance its budget, right? Households have to have income match outflow, businesses do, state and local governments do, the federal government does not. In a recession, this is a time to sell treasuries, print money, take on, be in a deficit mode, have less coming in terms of tax revenues and more going out in terms of support.
But not everyone will be eligible for these relief payments. For every $100 you make above $75,000, your payment will decrease $5, going all the way up to $99,000 when it cuts out completely. So, for instance, a single person with no children making $85,000 per year would only get $700 because $500 of the benefit would be phased out by their higher income. Democrats were supportive of the cash payments but also wanted to use money to boost America's unemployment insurance program. The Senate bill also includes a $600 per week across-the-board increase on top of what individual states pay for unemployment insurance, but this increase only lasts 4 months. Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer said the stimulus bill provides, quote, unemployment insurance on steroids. Claudia Sahm says one foreseeable problem is there are many people who won't be able to access the fund because they're not accounted for by the IRS.
This is going to be messy to some extent, but frankly, there aren't other options right now, and that's sad. We should have other options. We can't let the perfect be the enemy of the good right now. We have to do the best we can and get it out to as many people, but it is heartbreaking that those individuals who are going to need it the very most, they aren't going to get it. And that's why we have to do things to bolster the safety net. People who don't get these direct payments are much more likely to get picked up in the safety net programs than they are in direct payments, but even that is not a guarantee. It's going to take some work to get money and support to everyone who needs it.
While the method for distributing money is up for debate, one thing is clear. American families need all the help they can get. Just last week, more than 3 million people filed for unemployment, a new record.